guys, and welcome to today's Los Blancos podcast. Now, today we're going to be discussing the Valencia game. I wasn't planning on making a video today, or tomorrow. In fact, I wasn't planning on making a video this weekend because I was going to do an Arsenal preview ahead of the big game, the big Champions League game. But the game today was just so bad that it has forced me to come on here and make a podcast talking about this game. Now, some of you who have been around for a little while would have remembered. I remember a game a couple years ago in which I made a podcast like this. Just unannounced. I made a podcast like this, which I had to just get off as soon as possible. If you guys remember it, it was a game against Osasuna a couple years back. In the 21-22 season, and I was just livid after that game. I was so annoyed with how Real Madrid played in that game. We were pathetic. We were just didn't have any. Oh, it was not against Osasuna. It was against Mallorca. Sorry. We were just so bad in that game. Everything was wrong. It was the game in which Maffeo first, got under Vinny's skin. It was the game in which just nothing would go right for us. And I just feel like this is another one of those games where it was just catastrophic. And the consequences are that La Liga is now over. There's no way Real Madrid win La Liga now. It's over. Unless Barcelona do some ridiculous capitulation at this point. They've got 8 games left of the season. I see Barcelona going 8 out of 8, to be totally perfectly honest with you. The one that they're most likely to lose is the one that they're going to play today against Betis. But I don't see it happening. Without Isco for Betis, it's not happening, right? We've got one El Clasico left. That game, whenever I think about it, I don't want to think about it because I just know what's going to happen, right? We've potentially got 3 more El Clasicos coming. At least, at minimum, we've got 2 more El Clasicos coming. We've got potentially 3 more coming until the end of the season. And, let's start with today's result before we move on to talking about those games. Because the game today was just an absolute shit show from minute 0 to 90. Let's start with the team selection because it was really pathetic team selection by Carlo Ancelotti. Goalkeeper, obviously, Fran Gonzalez had to start, and I can't blame him for any of the goals because he's a kid. He's a 19-year-old who's come into the team and into this shit defense, and he can't really do anything about it. I don't blame him whatsoever. I feel sorry for him because he's gonna get shipped out to Getafe in a year's time or whatever, but it's not on him, and I feel sorry for him. But elsewhere, why the hell is Lucas Vazquez starting 3 games in a row? Why is he starting 3 games in a row? There is no reason for him to speak. I understand every once in a while you have to play Lucas Vazquez and you have to rest Fede, but 3 games in a row is ridiculous, especially when it's 3 stinkers in a row, 3 games in which he's been targeted in a row, 3 games in which he just looked pathetic, going forward and going defensively. Going forward, he can't even do anything either. This is not even a right winger turned right back. This is just an accountant turned right back. He can't play football anymore. This guy is done. He's so finished, and it's been so apparent for such a long time, and he still continues to persist even though we have other options. Asensio, please just play Asensio at right back if you have to. Please play Fede at right back. You've got options. They're not ideal, but they're options, and he continues to persist with this dumbass at right back. It makes no sense. And then the centre backs. You've got 3 centre backs available. You've got 3 centre backs available, and he chose to play one of them, and he chose to play Tchouaméni. Why is Alaba and Asensio both on the bench? I understand they play 120 minutes. That doesn't matter. You are not playing Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni also played. I can't remember when he came off, or if he came off in that game against Real Sociedad, to be honest. I kind of checked out mentally. But he should not be playing at centre-back. You don't have to play Tchouaméni at centre-back. This is not a situation in which you have to do anymore. Tchouaméni at centre-back, that experiment doesn't have to go on any longer. Unless you have some sort of injury crisis, you don't have to do it anymore. And suddenly you look at it, Lucas Vasquez and Tchouaméni together, that pairing is nightmare fuel. You cannot play them two together. It was absolutely pathetic from Ancelotti. Really bad team selection. And then obviously Rudiger's not looking too great right now. And then the midfield, I don't know how they just continue to get run through each and every week, but like this is just, I don't understand how this team can look so average, and we'll get on to that in a second. Then let's talk about the game itself, because the game itself was pathetic. Let's start with the penalty. Mbappe did really well to get the penalty. Probably the only good thing he did today, to be honest. Did very well to get the penalty. And then Vinny with the worst penalty. My God. And I understand what he's doing. I understand Vinicius what he's trying to do. You know, after last time against Atleti where he just skied it, he needs to, you know, do a calm, simple one. But this is just like, I don't get what's wrong with just blasting into the corner. Like, footballers, sometimes these guys, I don't know why they just try to roll it there. My favourite penalties in the penalty shootout, you see it from the centre-backs a lot of the time, where they just smash it into the corners. Do that. You can do that. You're Vinicius Junior, for God's sake. You have the ability to hit. You know, if me or you were able to take a penalty 100 times against the goalkeeper, we would probably, and we had to hit the same spot 100 times. We'd probably miss about 50 of them. Let's be honest, right? We'd probably miss if we had to play against Mamardashvili in goal and we had to hit that same spot 100 times. We'd probably miss about 50 times. Vinicius Junior can probably hit that spot 90 times out of 100 without Mamardashvili. I can't even say his name because I'm so fuming. Normally I can say his name. I can't be bothered today. Mamardashvili. Without Mamardashvili saving it. So it's a really pathetic penalty situation. I just don't understand why you always pick the wrong dude to take the penalty each and every time. When Mbappe's in form, you let Vinny take it, and when Vinny's struggling, you let Vinny take it. But then when Mbappe's struggling, when Mbappe's playing like dog shit, you let Mbappe take it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, and I just don't understand. You have to put the guy who's most likely to score, especially in a situation like this where you have to get a game dealt with. It's not a situation where you need to give him confidence. Confidence isn't the first thing on your mind right now. The first thing on your mind is let's score a goal, let's go in front, and let's try and win this game. But no, they went for confidence, and Vinny messed it up. And well, what's that going to do for his confidence now? Pathetic. Then the set piece, my God. I thought, you know, after the last game against Real Sociedad where we scored off two set pieces, I thought maybe, okay, we've turned a corner. No, we have not. And it's just like nobody's picking up the Akabi. Nobody's looking for him, and he gets a simple enough header, just pretty much point blank from the goal, as simple as he's going to get in his career, to be honest. In terms of a header, that's pretty damn easy for him, and nobody's picking him up. We're lucky Gabriel's not going to be playing against us in the first leg at least. I don't know how long his injury's out for. But, you know, Saliba can definitely score headers. I don't know who else. Declan Rice can probably score, and whoever they play at fullback can probably score. So, it's not going to fix itself before Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know which day we're playing, but it's not going to fix itself. It's going to be a weakness no matter what, because this dumbass coach ain't going to do anything about it. But whatever, you've just got to firm if you're a fan right now. You've just got to deal with the blows as they come, because you know you're just constantly getting hit in the head. You're just getting uppercutted every single game week. We're getting totally uppercutted. What do you want to talk about next? I mean, the whole second half, the fact that we just couldn't create niche. Mbappe was pathetic. He couldn't do anything on the ball. Couldn't really pass. His passing was really bad. There was a point in which he looked really dangerous, but then it just slowed down, and it just eventually just got completely just muffled, and you smell that he couldn't really do anything about it. It was just a bad performance from the attack, and they couldn't do anything about it. Pathetic from the team. And obviously the last minute goal, I mean, there's two guys back, you obviously have to swing guys forward, but it's just like letting Hugo Duro in that position. Valencia gets that attack, and suddenly we're now in a situation where Valencia, a team who have won, this is their first result away from home all season. This is a team that is just totally incapable away from home, and we let them get their first win of the season. And it's their first win in the Bernabeu since 2008. I think I saw that stat. It's just a situation, right? It's just a situation at Real Madrid right now, and it's not getting any better, is it? It's realistically not going to get better with this coach, because he makes the same goddamn mistakes. I don't know how many times over the last 4 years. This podcast has been running for, it's crazy. It's been running for just over 4 years at this point, maybe. I started at the end of 2021, and Sean joined us at the start of 2021-22. So it's been running for quite a few years now. It's coming up to 4 years, and as a result, I've been covering this Real Madrid team extensively for the last 4 years of Ancelotti's tenure. This has been solely Ancelotti, and the amount of times I've said that some of these mistakes that we continually make are so avoidable with just a film session. With just a session where you get the team in a film room and you make sure you cover those mistakes. And it's so clear to see that Ancelotti's team does not go into a film room, analyse the mistakes and try and work on them. They don't. They really do not care about the mistakes they make, and it's just insanity that they keep making the same dumb mistakes where they give the ball away defensively, or they pass with a stupid pass, and they're lethargic. They keep swinging in crosses and then turning the ball over. It's not getting fixed. That's the reality of it. And Ancelotti, as much as he's given us fantastic moments over the last few years, the time is up. Time is up, and it's been up for quite a while now at this point. I remember calling for his head in the first season, when we lost 4-0 to Barcelona. And I remember calling for his head. I'm like thinking, what the hell is he doing? Maybe I was overreacting then, but I'm certainly not overreacting now. I've waited. When the Real Madrid fans have all turned on Ancelotti, I waited to just give him a little bit of leeway, but he doesn't deserve it anymore. He doesn't deserve the leeway anymore. It's over. It's so over. This guy is finished, and it's best for him if he just leaves, to be honest, without a fuss. Do you know what the crazy thing is? We are still technically up for a treble, but also the crazy thing is that it's going to be Barcelona that down us on all three competitions most likely, because in La Liga, following this loss, Barcelona get to win the league. If they win every single game from now until the El Clasico, they get to win the league on our head. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Like, the fact that Barcelona get to win the league on our head after this year is pathetic. Then you talk about, okay, fine, that's one El Clasico loss. What about the one earlier this season where we lost in the Supercopa final? Where we got absolutely embarrassed, and if it wasn't for Szczesny, that could have been 8. That probably would have been 8. So that's 2 El Clasico losses that have directly led to trophies. Then we've got a Copa del Rey final coming on the horizon, in which we're going to get embarrassed again. I have no hope for that Copa del Rey game. I have zero hope. Unless we pull out the stops for an absolute ridiculous performance from this week and the week after against Arsenal, I have zero hope that we're going to pull something off against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. So that's 3 trophies given up to Barcelona. And if we continue advancing in the Champions League final, it's perfectly poised for a beautiful El Clasico final, in which the 4th trophy will be given up to Barcelona on our heads. And if that happens, there is no choice but to execute Ancelotti in the streets of Madrid. Public execution must be returned, and send his body to Siberia, because unforgivable. Now, obviously, I'm projecting. It's not guaranteed to happen. But it's damn close. I think it's damn close because there is no way Real Madrid beat Barcelona, and in one of those 3 games they do not beat Barcelona at all. So it's really not a good situation, and it's so damning when I look at Hansi Flick and I look at Barcelona right now. Let's tune in. If you're a Real Madrid fan, go and tune into Barcelona today against Betis. Watch how guys like, I don't know, Inigo Martinez. Watch how guys like Pedri. Watch how guys like Ferran Torres. Watch guys like Lewandowski. Like all of these guys who, yeah, okay, they were alright under Xavi. Watch how Hansi Flick manages to squeeze every little bit of ability out of them, and then look back at Ancelotti making Camavinga look like an amateur, making Fran Garcia look like a dumbass, making Lucas Vasquez look like a plumber, making Asensio look like Asensio's been the only good point, but Rudiger looking like an amateur, making Bellingham and Valverde running them into the ground, and it makes no sense how Ancelotti is just getting nothing out of this squad, nothing. And the only points in which we have been good this season is when we have managed to rely on guys and their purple patch of form. It's the only points. If you think about the good performances we've had this season, Mbappe, when he's managed to score a couple goals, and Vinicius earlier this season when he managed to score a couple of goals, Ceballos when he's managed to, before the injury, Asensio, Jude at points, Fede at points. That's it. This guy relies on purple patches, and it's so clear to see that we can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore with this guy. I'm so desperate for some tactical intervention in this team. So desperate. Because we can't just pray and hope, and Real Sociedad should have knocked us out on the weekend in the Copa del Rey. They should have. They deserve to. They deserve to win, based on how we played. But somehow we managed to get the win. This luck, it won't last you forever, Carlo Ancelotti. It will run out, as you found out already so far this season. It will run out, and if it runs out right in time for Barcelona games, then there is no excuse. And just to put this into perspective, Carlo Ancelotti, if that happens, Carlo Ancelotti would have seen 2 separate trebles 10 years apart from Barcelona. And he would have been the manager responsible for that. So, yeah. Just a quick closing note. I mean, if you look at Zizou, think about what we said to Zizou in that last season, what we did as fans to Zizou in that last season. We made his last season totally just hell. It was just hell for Zizou. He was constantly under pressure from the media, and he didn't deserve that. Think about the squad he had compared to this squad. Think about the players he had. Think about the injuries he had in that last season. I would be so desperate for Zinedine Zidane's tactical intervention, Xabi Alonso's tactical intervention in this team right now, because right now this idiot has no clue what he's doing. It's over. Like, I'm tired of him going to the press conferences and saying, we suffered, but we're going to continue to suffer every single week. We don't have to suffer against Leganes. We don't have to suffer against Valencia. Barcelona put this 7 past this team. I'm not expecting us to put 7, but you can put 2 or 3 and make the game done by half time. It's just a total joke that Ancelotti makes this team look so bad, time and time again. And listen, I'm not one to hope for Real Madrid to lose. I'm not one of those people, but goddamn, I'm close. I'm very close to hoping that Real Madrid lose to Arsenal midweek, because I cannot take it if we lose 4 tournaments to Barcelona. But there is no way Ancelotti would be able to guide this team to beat Hansi Flick. Not a chance. Hansi Flick would just beat his ass up. And yeah. Apart from that, I don't think I've got anything else to say. I'll discuss the Arsenal game on Monday or Tuesday. But apart from that, I think that's all I've got to say really on this game. I'm not happy, as you can tell. I hope this this rant, this crash out, was helped you a little bit. I hope anyway. It provided a little bit of solace before you get pissed at the Barcelona result later today. Yeah, that's it for today. La Liga season's over. The season's over. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.